This is the shore on 88.4 and the waves keep crushing in. Today with Epica. And how long have you been in a band together then?
We are now 15 years almost together.
And since when did you all decide to leave Netherlands in the middle of the band career?
One guy that he joined the band 7 years ago. He's from Belgium already, so he just stayed in Belgium, even though he lived for 2 years in Germany, also far away. But I moved 5 years ago to Sicily, and Simone moved about 8 years ago to Germany.
Was that like a total difference from the group, or?
It's all possible because you can communicate so easily by internet, and when you come together to rehearse for an album, you can still fly in and do the rehearsals. It's not a problem.
And what are you doing in Italy?
Living. And all the rest I do with the band on tour.
La dolce vita.
Yes, the good life of Italy, definitely.
Did you get a... So, you're the one with the music bachelor, no?
No, I have a degree in psychology.
Ah.
Basically all the others have music education.
Okay. So because I wanted to ask your band members about the music education.
So I don't have any.
So, when did you start off as a punk in Netherlands, a little metal punk?
No, not at all. I'm not so much into punk. I listened to Guns N' Roses when I was a young kid. Then I started listening to bands like Megadeth, Amorphis, Paradise Lost. Later on, Opeth. Punk was never really my cup of tea.
Huh. So let's talk about the album then. You must have answered this now so often, but what's the holographic system?
There's a theory, the holographic principle, and that means that the whole universe basically is a hologram.
Yeah.
So an illusion. And it's a weird idea at first, but when you dive into the matter and listen to lectures from scientists, then it becomes a possibility, and it's very interesting because if you take the virtual reality mask, which is already quite developed, you put on the mask and you are in a different world. It's not perfect yet, it has its flaws, but if in the near future, let's say 10 years, it's developed much better and you put on the mask and you cannot notice the difference anymore between that virtual world and our reality, then our reality, you might realize, that can also be a virtual reality on its own.
Is that like lucid dreams?
Lucid dreams, normal dreams, anything is a layer of reality anyway.
And you entered this reality, the hologram reality, via music.
Yeah, the lyrics fit perfect to the music, and even at first it looks so different from each other. We always want to write interesting lyrics, not just about dragons and swords. So I think that there's a lot going on in the music, and therefore when the lyrics are interesting as well, it fits well together.
Your lyrics, and because most Studioansage.de, the waves keep crushing in. Here we go. Bands, I love lyrics, and most bands they're a bit like, oh, I can't remember my lyrics, and it's about music and.
Bands say that they cannot remember the lyrics?
Well, no, when I test them. So, can you say the first 2 lines of the first song in the new album?
Oh, like that?
Yeah.
It's a Simone line and Simone lyric, so
okay.
These I don't have to know. And anyway, the new album we start rehearsing now to play them live. So even the grunts now at this point, it's not yet in the system. If you ask me about songs we play live, it's easy. But if you ask about the new album, which we still have to rehearse for the live shows, then it's a different story.
So if we'd all live in a hologram, what would happen if we were actually all holograms and our data is filled in by a computer? And what would happen if all data would get lost? For example, somebody puts a virus in the big data collector or something, and all the data from the shopping centers and the big shops and Google, they would be all confused. And if you put and mixed up, would there be how would there be monsters created if you were a psychologist?
What a complicated question.
If you'd mix up a banker with an artist? No, not really, no.
I never want to be a banker. So I cannot getting mixed up with a banker.
Are you? I read in the promotion magazine that you really thrive and work, and you have 15 years of band career. Do you have all family?
Some of us have a family already, yes, but just 2, Simona and Koen, the keyboard player.
And when you started off, were you then all promotion material, and some bands were like they went through the deepest depths and really dramatic depths through music, or had a huge rock and roll life? Did you have that? Are you still having like a huge rock and roll life, or?
I think every band goes through nice parts and some fortune, and this fortune. Epica is not any different than any other band, so we've had our parts as well. And I think bands that complain about how much misfortune they had, I would never do that, because everybody gets in his or her life great moments and also some less good parts. So that's part of life. It's just how to deal with it, and we are still around after 15 years, and I think we're doing well. Basically, there's no drugs involved, just some alcohol here and there. But if you want to live, I think, long as a band, you cannot a rock and roll lifestyle regarding drugs, because bands who are too much on drugs, they play very bad live shows. And for us, it's too important. We like what we're doing, and we take it very serious. And I think also the fans deserve a good show, and you cannot destroy your band and fans what they expect from a show with some stupid drugs. I've seen already many bands getting destroyed by things like that, and so I'm never so enthusiastic about that rock and roll lifestyle, especially nowadays, because the bands that survive, they take their job very serious.
Yeah, how much time do you spend, like a year? Are you working as a psychologist?
No, I have no time for that.
Okay, full-time rock and roll.
Full-time rock and roll, yes. It's basically half of the year we are on the road, and the other half of the year you can be sometimes at home, but also there's other things that have to be done. So it's a full-time job, and we can make our living with it. So we are in a fortunate situation that we live from the music, and that's also part of why we take it so serious, this is our job. This is the only thing we have. Of course, when Epica wouldn't be there, I would find something else, that's for sure. But I like this very much, and it's a precious thing.
Mm. Do you listen to opera as well?
To the press?
No, opera.
Opera, yes.
Classic, yeah.
I listen to opera because my girlfriend is an opera singer.
Yeah?
And she plays many operas. That's why I automatically listen operas as well.
Okay, cool. Is she a sopran or?
Soprano, yes.
Yeah, my father is a tenor.
Ah,
yeah.
Nice. Yeah, she did also some operas in her career. So it's I also watched her singing in some operas. Mm. It's nice.
And
I don't understand the story usually because it's in Italian. So, but still, it's nice to hear the melodies.
Do you talk with your girlfriend Italian? English?
English, yes.
Oh my god, I had the same problem. Yeah, my ex-boyfriend is from Putzen, and it was we just started off, and my English lacked totally, and for this reason, he only learned better stupid English. I started talking with his friends in Italian. Really tried to talk Italian, because yeah. Does she speak Dutch?
No, not at all. But she speaks French, a bit of Spanish, English, and I speak German. Huh. I speak Dutch, Limburgian, English, and I'm trying to speak a little bit of Italian, but it's slow, evolving slowly.
Yeah. So, I got out of opera and glamour. Yeah. Let's talk one more question about Utopia. Why did you move out of Netherlands? Just for the love, or just love?
And it's not bad to live in Sicily. It's a paradise. So it was an easy decision.
And are you interested? Have you so if you haven't been a punk, do you go to have you? So you probably don't like to talk about politics.
I do.
Yeah. Are you happy with the situation in Europe now?
No, I'm not happy with the situation in Europe, and the reason why I'm not happy is that there's a small group of elite in Europe who are deciding basically everything, and they want more and more power, and they are not listening to the people anymore. Or since the beginning already they didn't listen to the people, but now it becomes more and more clear there, and the people are fed up with it, and and that's a good reason for that, because if they don't demonstrate now or say stop here, this is not what we want, then there's no way back anymore. So also what happened in UK I can understand, because people want to have control over their lives, and if you give all your control out of your hands into the small group of elites who are ruling Europe, and these elites are on their own controlled by the smaller group of elites from the United States, then you become a slave of modern times. And in fact we are a little bit slaves already. As soon as you are in debt, and they want to put you in debt, because every person who is in debt with the government is a slave. And that's also the reason why I always told myself I never want to be in debt to the government. Whenever I need money, I never will borrow it from a bank or from my government, because then they control you. I don't want to be controlled. I want to be free, and I want to make my own decisions, and that's only possible when I would love to see a united Europe, but not the way it is now.
No, it's really balkanized. It's like splitting up, and everybody's like getting more nationalistic.
Yeah, but that's the reason why, because they see that it's not functioning, and when people feel like nobody's listening to them, they become nationalistic, and they can even become extreme right, and that's not good, of course, either. But everything what's extreme is not good. The situation in Europe now is extreme, with a little group of elite controlling everything. And if you see what happened in Greece, people think that there goes a lot of money to Greece, but it doesn't go to the Greek people. They don't notice any difference. It goes straight in the pocket of some rich multinationals. And as soon as Greece cannot pay their debts, they take over. Greece has to pay them with like a harbor, an airport, and then sooner or later, if they give away everything, Greece is just a visitor of their own country. They are just again, then they are not owning anything in the end anymore. So what I see happening is that they try to control step by step everything in Europe, and if we don't stop it, sooner or later we have really literally nothing to say anymore.
I'm going crazy about this, but I did research a lot, and I have people telling me, yeah, like it was like this at in Versailles at the kingdom already, and we were talking about theatrical opera music, but with Mozart. And it's just like, yeah, it's crazy, no?
It's always been like that. If you look back, there's always a ruler who controls the people, and then there came Hitler. He tried to control Europe, and he did it his way. And now there's a group of elites who try to control Europe, and they do it their way. And there's always a group who wants to control a lot of people, and they always bring it in a new jacket that it looks new and good, and of course they throw some bones at the people, like that you can travel within Europe without borders. That's a good thing, of course, but they throw also other bones, like making internet cheaper in Europe, and then to try to keep the people happy with such easy things. But if you look behind the scenes what's going on, then it's quite scary. And what you see already in America, which was once a free country, now it becomes like a police state. And I think this is not something that we want.
Yeah, but you as a psychologist must know why do people get so sad and don't believe in utopia, or
people are like sheep. They need to follow somebody, and then it's better to follow somebody with good intentions than to follow somebody with bad intentions. But the people with bad intentions usually win, because we live in a society where money rules. And the people who have most money have the control. They control governments, they control media, and so basically they control also the opinion of people, because when you control the media you have direct control over the people, and that's what you see happening. But there's fortunately also still quite some people who think for themselves, which is a good thing.
Yeah, become a rock star.
Yeah, that's definitely a good thing, because to be honest, I could have become also boss of a company in the past. My father owned one, and I consciously made the decision to not do it, because I wanted to be free, and I wanted to be a musician and make my own decisions. Because if you own a company, you have so many responsibilities, so many things that have to be done. So, year after year you're under constant stress, and that's something I didn't want.
Wow. When did you start to play guitar?
When I was 15.
Oh. Yeah. Your singer is really pretty. There's something rude. She's on really glamorous magazines, no? And all those rock magazines.
Yeah, possibly. When people want to see, also the eye wants to see something too.
Yeah.
So of course, yeah, when you have a good-looking singer, it's better than when you have a singer with no charisma.
Huh.
Then it's people, yeah, like I said, when you play a live show, it's not just the music that speaks, but also an appearance.
So, from south of Italy, it's not a far fetch if you don't choose to use the party boat to Tunisia, where you not might expect, but will find a flourishing metal scene. So, tell you something about the metal scene in Tunisia, right? So, till this turn of the century, it was metal bands forbidden to use public rehearsal rooms, so the most albums got recorded with a drum computer. Internet shopping is forbidden in Tunisia, so they had to ship in all their equipment either from Europe or Dubai, and there was no artist visas for sure given out for metal musicians. Also, one of the most famous bands is Murat. They probably got so famous because they had a French manager. And there's another interesting band called Ire, and they took even on the black metal Norwegian tradition because they are Berbers, because they summon Berber and Persian divinities against Islamic civilization, which had brutalized all social differences. And now I'm gonna play you, before we go straight back into the interview, Merciless Times by Murat. So I don't know if you listened to our last broadcast where I got in a big fight with my radio technician because he believes in all those conspiracy stuff. Apparently lots of metal bands do too, and I told him to bring me some records in, so we're gonna check this out together. The first on the list is records in, so we're gonna check this out together. The first on the list is For a Cowboy. They're from Arizona and they're doing metalcore death grind. Ansage.de, the waves keep crushing in. Here we go. And now I'm gonna play you now some metal from Taiwan, Tonic. And guess what? The singer became first head of Amnesty International and then ran for political office of a democratic progressive party that believes in distrust in politics. Here we go.
Supreme pain for the tyrant, Tonic.
Then I'm gonna play Hypocrisy, the side project of the singer of Pain, who I did interview in the last show. And they have themes of extraterrestrial visitation and the demonic nature of alien abduction, such as and the fourth dimension. But they also did soundtracks actually for the Roswell movie.